It's Austin here, and today I'm going to be showing you these really useful vocal samples that are kind of buried in Logic Pro X. They were released when Alchemy came out, and I've used them a lot, but I kind of forgot about them. The other day I just kind of found them again in this old beat that I made. It made me realize how useful they really were, and I thought it'd be something that could really help out some people that are looking for nice vocal samples, because in my experience it's really hard to find good a cappella vocals. But before I get into that, I just want to say thank you for 780 subscribers. That's fucking insane. I deserve a fraction of that. I deserve fractions of that. That's freaking crazy. I just love talking about making music with people and helping people out. Like, all I do is chill on YouTube and watch tutorial videos, and that's like my thing. So, and I also want to say sorry, it's been a while. I've just been getting really busy. I just got an apartment. I also just got Wave certified, had to take a class for that to then take the test. And I also am working to become a certified audio engineer. So doing a lot of stuff, but nevertheless, I'm here and I'm going to show you how to find these pretty decent vocal samples. And honestly, it's really funny to me because they make the terrible vocal samples in Logic Pro X really easy to find. They make these really vocal samples really easy to find, these really drum samples easy to find, but then the really good stuff, they hide it, and I don't get why. But anyways, I have seen one video before kind of show where to find these, and he found it a different way actually, and it was Alex Rome. I remember him from like old
Busy Works Beats
collab videos or whatever. Yeah, I found a video of him going over it, but he went about it a different way. I honestly found these by accident a long time ago, so I'm just going to show you how to find them through the way I did it, and then also I'll show you where to find them in an actual folder. So what you're going to want to do is open up the software instrument Alchemy. Just go to software instrument, it's the top one, Alchemy. I think it's one of the best plugins in Logic. A lot of stuff in Logic sounds pretty fake. It sounds like it lacks a mid-range. It sounds like it's already been processed, and it just lacks character. But the synthesizers in Alchemy are pretty lush. They got a lot of space, and they got a lot of really cool tones, and there's some quirky stuff and some really cool, like, I don't know, there's cool instrumentals. I would recommend going through this plugin if you haven't really given it a chance. Yeah, the way I found it is you're going to want to open up Alchemy right here. Go to the category vocals, and then in the search bar, type in fairy. Once you've typed in fairy, you should see fairy phrases. Once you play any note from this, you're going to notice it sounds really bad. Now, it sounds really bad, but you can kind of tell there's some vocal samples in there. When I first heard that patch, that's what I noticed, so I went to this advanced tab. So all you have to do is switch from browse to advanced. So when I got to the advanced tab, I noticed Eleanor, Amanda, and Cherry improv phrases, and that sounded a lot to me like a vocal sample. And I could also tell as soon as I clicked on them, it said import audio, that it was obviously an audio file. It was a vocal sample. So you're going to click on either of the names, go to import audio, and there they are. There's the vocal samples. You can click through them. They're really cool, honestly. Like, you can chop each individual phrase up into several different pieces and use them on a sampler if you wanted, or I don't know. They're just really cool tools. Also at the top, you can notice that there is it kind of shows you their location. So if you just wanted the folder, didn't want to have to go through all that over and over, you can just open up Finder, click Go, Computer, it'll take you to here, click Macintosh HD, Library, Application Support, Logic, and Alchemy samples and vocals. And there they are. You have the choir, solo, speech, synth vocal, vocal instruments, and vocal phrases. The vocal phrases are my favorite. Synth vocal's cool too. I haven't even checked out the rest, so probably some really cool stuff. Just explore and look through these. These are really, really useful in my opinion. I like the Amanda phrases. So in these folders, you just have WAV files. You can put these on your external hard drive, use them in any DAW, use them wherever you want. They're really useful vocal samples in my opinion. The ones that they have over here on the right, the loops or whatever, these samples are terrible. Their vocal samples are really bad. If you just wanted to open up Alchemy and drag them into your session, you can do that. So let's say I wanted this one. So what you could do once you have the sample is you could find out the pitch. And one way you could do that is by opening this Logic stock plugin. It's called Tuner, metering. Just go to plugins, metering, tuner, and you can see the pitches she's singing. And she's singing a C sharp and an E, so it could be in the key of E. That's not really necessary. That's cool if you wanted to like do some pitching up and down to make her fit a certain key. For this, I'm figuring out the first note she sings so I can put it in a sampler. And I actually had it kind of set on C sharp. So what you do is you change the triggering note range. You'd start it off on the first note she sings that you find out with the tuner. And so now there's a few things you want to change in EXS24. You would want to drag this up and down, save that, envelope. envelope or envelope. You fix the envelope, fix the voicing, and then you have it on your sampler just like you would use, when you chop up an instrumental. So that's just a way you can use the samples with the XS24. The second way, the more basic way you could do it, is just treat it as just audio that you chop up. So what I've done is I use the flex edit tool. I slice it flex markers. I drag it in time. I separate out the phrases. Do whatever, I don't think I've done that before in particular. You could just separate it out, chop it up, and do whatever you want. And you can pitch it with this really useful audio unit pitch plugin. You go to audio units, Apple, and then AU pitch. You can change the pitch. It's not amazing at first. You can change the effect, the smoothness, and the tightness. Get rid of that artifact sound that sounded terrible. But you get the idea. Now that I've kind of gone over the two ways that I would see using them, there's plenty more ways. There's actually a way where you could take a really small part of it and make it into like a pad. But what I'm going to go ahead and show you is what I've done in the past with these vocal samples. This song in particular is something I made in my dorm like over a year ago. I didn't use the EXS24. I just chopped up the audio and changed pitch every now and then. That's about it. So, I didn't really do all that much, but it comes out sounding pretty cool. It became the centerpiece of the instrumental. It made it more unique. So I'm going to go ahead and play that for you just to show you what I did. All right, so what you've heard is the samples. You literally heard the Amanda samples. I used them like a year ago for this beat I called Nostalgia. I would definitely show you the actual session itself. I think it's deleted. I don't think I ended up saving this session, so I don't really have any way of showing you the session itself. But you can tell it's super. I didn't even change timing in the vocal at all. Like, I just literally took the vocal, put it in certain positions on the song, and just let it go. I threw delay on it. I threw effects on it. I made sure it was in your face and the instrumental. That's about it. It did definitely push the instrumental. It made it sound more interesting. It pushed the limits of what I could do with that song. I used the vocal samples as a tool. Without the vocal samples in this instrumental, it would definitely be a lot more bland. There wouldn't be that many things going on to really catch your attention. It really stands out with the droning pads, which honestly, the pads sound pretty good on that. Those are Alchemy. It's like 3 pads from Alchemy, just layered. So now that you've kind of heard the instrumental, you can definitely tell all I really did was just chop it up in certain places, pitch it up at certain places and certain repetitions, just because I got tired of hearing it so many times over and over. I wanted to change things. I definitely centered the entire beat around these vocal samples, and I think they can carry a beat for a very long time. The vocals can definitely push your instrumentals, be ear-catching. They can keep attention for a very long time. You don't want to repeat as much as I did in this instrumental, because honestly, I only played a small portion, but things get old pretty quick. I recommend using multiple phrases and kind of creating an 8-bar loop out of that, something that's a little more difficult to predict. So yeah, that's all I have for you today. I appreciate all the support beyond what I can express with words. It's fucking crazy. I love making videos and I like sharing things and like just talking about making music with other people. So that's the main reason why I really give a shit about making these videos. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer it right away. I do like commenting back on like everything, as you probably noticed. I hope you all are doing well, and I hope you learned something that can maybe improve your knowledge on Logic and just what you can do when you're making instrumentals. When you're creating, all you have to do is just reach for the tools that you know are there. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and go eat dinner because I'm starving. I hope you all are doing well. I will hopefully have a new video for you very soon. If not, it's probably just something with school. I'm also starting a live sound class. But yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.